Welcome to an intriguing journey into the satirical world of a 1965 film that goes beyond the norms of the funeral industry. Stick around as we uncover amusing, surprising, and poignant facts about this cinematic gem that may leave you in awe. Ever wondered about the hidden stories that add depth to the narrative? Well, you're in for a treat. This film isn't just a cinematic piece, it's a timeless symbol of the industry. What qualities do you think make it stand out over time? As we explore, keep an eye out for those moments that trigger laughter, astonishment, or reflection on life's absurdities. There's more to this movie than meets the eye, and we're here to unravel it all. Before we dive into the depths of this cinematic experience, we want to hear from you. What's your most cherished memory or personal experience related to this film? Share your stories and memories in the comments below. Your perspective adds a unique dimension to the conversation. So, are you ready for the surprising twists and turns this adventure has in store? Let's embark on this journey together, exploring this movie like never before. Stay tuned for more fascinating insights, and as always, don't forget to share your own experiences in the comments. Your voice matters in this cinematic conversation. Let's make it memorable. The Loved One is a dark comedy from 1965 that offers a satirical take on American culture, particularly in California. The plot follows Englishman David Morse as he becomes entangled in the funeral business upon his visit to America. While the storyline may seem thin, the film is primarily a collection of humorous, albeit dark, vignettes revolving around the funeral industry and its eccentric clientele and staff. Despite its age, the movie still manages to feel relevant due to its biting commentary on society. The ensemble cast delivers compelling performances, with standout moments including a memorable cameo by Liberace and an uproarious sequence featuring Milton, Berle, and Margaret, Leighton. However, some performances fall short, notably Jonathan Winters, who struggles with his dual roles. Although The Loved One may not meet the lofty expectations set by its reputation, it still offers moments of wit and satire. Terry Southern's writing adds subtle humor, but the film occasionally meanders without clear resolution, making it feel longer than necessary. Nonetheless, it's worth a watch for its bold departure from typical Hollywood fare and its critique of the studio system. In summary, The Loved One remains a noteworthy entry in the realm of dark comedy, showcasing both the strengths and shortcomings of its era. In a particular scene of the movie, the wall calendars in the newspaper office reveal a date in November 1964. The narrative takes an interesting turn when it delves into the early life of Tab Hunter. At the age of 15, he enlisted in the U.S. Coast Guard, adopting the nickname Hollywood for his love of solo visits to movie palaces. His journey included adventures on the Coast Guard cutter Minnetonka, known as the Mighty Minnie. However, his real passion lay in the movie industry, evident from his preference for theaters over bars and his keen interest in the Hollywood scene. Hunter's exposure to the glamorous world of Broadway, courtesy of actor friend Richard Clayton, shaped his perspective and sparked a desire for a different kind of stardom. Despite the challenges, Hunter navigated the theatrical circles of Manhattan, demonstrating resilience and adaptability. The movie also incorporates humor in its portrayal of funeral services at Whispering Glades. Surprisingly, these comical depictions draw inspiration from the real practices of funeral arrangements in the United States. The film amusingly reflects on the business side of dealing with the departed, touching on topics such as coffin purchases and the dressing of the deceased. These satirical elements provide a unique perspective on the funeral industry, blending dark humor with a reflection of societal norms. The Loved One captures not only the essence of Hollywood in the mid-20th century, but also infuses humor into the seemingly somber aspects of life, shedding light on the intricacies of both the entertainment and funeral industries. Roddy McDowall, born a day after actor Adam West, shared the screen with him in Batman the Animated Series. Anjanette, cast as Aimee in The Loved One, was chosen by director Tony Richardson for her status as an unknown, despite interest from well-known actresses. Interestingly, Louis Buñuel and Alec Guinness were considered for the film adaptation, and Elaine May was approached for a screenplay, though her involvement remains unclear. Back in 1965, Dana Andrews was deep into the world of movies, acting in one of his 8 films during his busiest year in the industry. He was a beloved actor known for being good at many roles. At the same time, James Coburn, famous for his roles in movies like The Straight Story, was being considered for a big part. But Richard Farnsworth ended up with the role, making us wonder how things would have been if Coburn took it. Around that time, Roddy McDowall, a familiar face from Batman series, did something special for the Batman legacy. He used his unique voice for the audiobook of the first Batman film's novelization. This was different from his usual on-screen roles and added an extra layer to the famous story. These stories from the world of movies show how decisions about who plays what role can change the course of movie history. The mix of talents, the almost, and what-ifs make a rich storytelling experience with every unexpected twist. In this interesting time of movies, where actors easily switch between different types of roles, every choice made, and every opportunity taken adds to the collection of entertainment that keeps audiences interested. The Loved One, a classic example of the era's movies, shows that storytelling in all its different forms is always appealing. In 2012, Robert Morse, known for his role in The Loved One, attended a screening at Hollywood's Egyptian Theater. Post-movie, he engaged with the audience, fielding questions. American actor Robert Morse faced challenges, maintaining a convincing British accent during The Loved One. Consequently, all his lines were re-recorded in a studio and dubbed into the film. Margaret Leighton achieved a unique accolade in The Loved One, the only actress ever nominated for an Oscar in a Joseph Losey-directed movie. In the 1965 film The Loved One, notable actors like Roddy McDowall, Margaret Leighton, and John Gielgud contributed their talents. McDowall, known for his roles in 1970s science fiction series like Planet of the Apes and The Fantastic Journey, showcased his versatility in this dark comedy. Leighton, represented by barrister John Mortimer during her divorce from Lawrence Harvey, brought depth to her character. Meanwhile, Gielgud, who desired a role in Laurence Olivier's Henry V, but was cast in Richard III instead, demonstrated his commitment to the craft. Robert Morse, in a podcast, revealed that he encountered the Loved One during his teenage years. Many years later, Evelyn Waugh reached out to him, inquiring if he would take on the lead role in the movie adaptation. Morse, an avid admirer of the book, was taken aback by the offer. The film's opening scene features a TWA Boeing 707-131B with the registration N765 TW manufactured in 1962. This aircraft met its fate in 1982, scrapped for parts at Davis-Monthan Air Force Base. Director Tony Richardson, in his posthumously published memoirs, expressed his admiration for Evelyn Waugh. However, a clash arose due to Waugh's disapproval of the film, attributed to a misunderstanding beyond Richardson's control. Before filming, Richardson had openly criticized Waugh's novel as thin and dated. The hiring of Christopher Isherwood for the screenplay, a former literary rival of Waugh, added a layer of tension. Isherwood and W.H. Auden, his contemporary, had been criticized by Waugh in his wartime novel, Put Out More Flags. Despite Richardson's intent to honor Waugh's work, the dynamics between them and the inclusion of Isherwood in the project added complexity to their professional relationship.